You were the stream master. I'm just the...
Going live in 3, 2, 1. And it should be live. How's it going, everybody? I'm Drifty from Driftwood Gaming, and I'm joined with the lovely,
live in 3,
talented 2,
1.
You have to mute. And it should be live. How's it going, everybody? I'm Drifty from Driftwood Gaming, and I'm joined with the lovely,
live in 3,
talented 2, 1.
You have to
And it should be live. Mute it. Just mute it. Scroll up and mute it. So here's the thing, guys.
That was hilarious.
We decided to hook up the sound system to T's computer because she wants to show you guys her work on Understood. She's going to be working on Understood, a game that she put out 4 years ago, a demo for a game jam, and she's trying to remake it.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a great idea. And I'm really into making mods right now, so I'm making mods, and I don't think you guys really give a shit and want to see that. So here's the solution. We let T stream doing the dev stream.
Yeah.
And I get to work on mods and just hang out and talk shit. And that sounds fun to me. Please let us know if anything sounds weird.
Oops. That's not what I wanted to do.
And if it sounds like a robot or something's messed up on the screen. Because we have a whole different way of doing it today.
Yeah, and if the music's too loud.
Also,
tell me that
the
too.
levels and everything.
Yeah.
If the music's too loud right now, it looks low, but this song's kind of quiet.
Yeah, the song's annoying.
Yay, Echo! How many drifties are there? I think we fixed that one, though. We
Yeah,
fixed
I
that,
think
right?
it's fixed now.
So yeah, T's going to be working with TileD, RPG Maker MZ, doing mapping and stuff that I hate doing because she's okay at it and I suck at it. And this is a great opportunity to show some different content on the stream. And, lol, man, Drifty, I didn't know you cuss so much. I try not to, all right? I try not to, but it's bad.
Wait, did you swear while you were also speaking over and over again because of the speaker? It's
Did I?
Like you double swore?
I triple or quadruple because it took you forever to alt-tab and press mute.
That's probably what
Sorry,
it is.
Leaf Johnson. How are you doing? What's up, Vero Claw? It's good to see you. KB Kingdom, Kumis, Papa, Slameski, Super Smash,
Hey, everybody.
and Leaf Johnson. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in
I should
today.
probably explain what I'm doing, huh?
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, I'm just going to be doing my thing over here and listening to chat and whatnot. So yeah, take it away.
So I'm like doing some parallax mapping for this game. So I've got like the lower layer here, and I have it, the opacity is lowered so I can see where the upper and the lower layer is. And then I have the upper layers here. And what I'm doing is drawing in a collision mask at the moment to add collision to the map. I'm just doing like the smaller stuff at this point, or the things that I want to be like a particular shape, like this fountain. I want it to be circular because that's cool, instead of having blocky square collision.
Hey, Tony Dev, how you doing? What's up, Phoenix Girl 1? I am J Fry. It's good to see you. What's up, Brian Perez? How are you doing today?
Then after I'm done doing all these like specially shaped things, I'm going to take the square select tool and just do all the square collision boxes as well. It'll go a lot faster at that point. This is kind of the slow stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm doing to make a map. Let me show you it in... Let's like save the collision that I just did so you can see what it looks like.
Just go at your own regular pace and like don't worry, because what you're doing is showing visual stuff, which is great. And so like it's fine. Don't feel rushed and just
Right.
go about your regular work pace. You're not trying to do a showcase of your whole project. You're just working on your project, and that's all it is.
Yeah. Yes, it already exists. I'm gonna save
FMK
it
Fish
again.
asks, how long have you been using the RPG Maker franchise? I'll take that first. I've been using it for a very long time. I got back into it in VX Ace a little bit, and then right before the MV came out, I went really, really hard at it,
Oh.
and I put thousands of hours into
I messed it
MV, and I have thousands of hours into MZ already too as well. But T has a slightly different story. She barely found out about it. Why don't you take that?
Yeah, I have been using it since March of 2017.
So yeah, 4 years.
Yep. I didn't know that such a thing as an RPG Maker even existed, and so when I found it, of course, I was absolutely delighted, because it's way better to play a RPG game, or no, to make one. Yeah, it's better to make an RPG game than to play one, in my opinion.
Saladressin says hi Drifty and T, also hi chat.
So here's the collision in action. This is like what I've been painting onto the map. And then it applies the mask, and so like when the player's over here, it creates collisions. So this is the fountain I just did.
How's it going, Sal?
It gives like a circular collision thing going on here. I just started, so you can still walk all over the houses and stuff. There's
Super
a lot of
Smash, I've
things.
seen the Super Famicom one. That's like the Super Nintendo version of RPG Maker,
I
but I
know.
never actually played it, except on an emulator one time, and I was like, what is this garbage? It was so hard to control.
I
But
gotta fix this image here. What happened here? Oh,
the
no.
first one I had was in Japanese. I don't remember which one it was. It might have been
Yeah, something happened
like
to my objects.
2000 or 2003. No, it was before that, because I remember when 2003 came out, I was like, whoa, battlers. And like, so it was, I don't remember which one it was. It was a very old one, and it was an entirely in Japanese. And then I had to like scour forums and like shady websites to find a crack English patch thing, and finally got like some pirated version in English. You know, I was just a little kid, had no money, and there's no way I could have bought it anyway. And I don't even know if it was for sale in the United States at the time, but I found a Japanese version. Yeah. And I used it. I started learning it then, and all I could really do was do show text events and like move events, and I didn't know how to do anything really, and I was barely learning switches and variables at that point.
That's better. Okay, back to drawing collision.
Many of us played ROMs Super Smash.
Okay, I need these on actually. There
Leaf says, Echo, I love your games. I bought them on Steam.
we go. Who? What? Where's Echo? I love Echo. She's cool. I haven't played her game yet though. I'm. Someday.
Her anime.
Someday I'll play it.
We should all go play her anime.
Yes, we should all play it at the same time. One day I will. I'll play that game. I just played Arafel. That one was really cool. I was amazed with that game.
That one's pretty tight.
It was a pretty good game.
I never really liked To the Moon. Lisa was okay. You know, these are like the classics. Amori is really good.
Amori's
I like Amori.
Yep.
That's a newer classic. It immediately became a cult classic. Yeah, but To the Moon was like, it was so hyped, and I didn't really like it.
Yeah, I mean, To the Moon's okay. It's not bad.
It sucks.
It's polished. I wouldn't say that it was like compelling or anything. I liked their free game a lot better. The dude who made it, he made a way better free game.
Don't get me wrong, nothing to the dev. He's a great dev.
Yeah, he's great dev. But yeah, he made a free game called Quintessence. I actually saw one of the Game Jam games using a mechanism that he used in it, where like you press the hotkey and you turn into like a bird.
Slameski says, take that back, Drifty. Okay, he's not a good dev. How dare you, Slameski? He's a person. He's a dev who worked hard on games. And now, you know, he deserves some respect for making good games. And how dare you try to take that from him, Slameski? He is a good dev.
Oh, gosh.
Slim says To the Moon got her crying like crazy.
Really? See, I wasn't that moved by it. I thought that... I know that they're trying to, like, describe autism and everything. But I'm very intimately acquainted with autism.
Don't twist my words.
My 19-year-old daughter has autism, so I have 19 years experience with it. And possibly my younger son may have a mild case of it, I don't know. But I don't know if they actually described it accurately, to be honest. At least not in my experience.
So what T is doing, Vero asked, how does MZ interpret that red collision. Well, MZ won't, but this gives T the ability to place the mask down and then apply regions.
No.
Or no?
Nope.
You're actually doing
You
a red.
are so wrong.
So you're using TileD?
Nope. I'm actually using. If Nat was here, her head would explode. I'm using Q movement and Q maps and all that.
And so it interprets this specific color as collision?
Yeah, it creates a collision map or mask. So like, yeah.
So you literally draw a PNG that goes over the entire tile set, and it'll look at one color and say this is collision?
Any color. Anything that's not transparent on the mask will be considered collision.
That is
so like
interesting.
I could make all this purple. I really should have just made it purple. It'd
Missed
be nicer to
opportunity,
look at.
really, but it's okay.
Yeah. But red is like the color of collision, so I just kind of went with that.
Yeah. That's fantastic. I thought you were, this is the workflow that I thought you were going to be doing. You go into TileD and you make the maps in TileD so that they are kind of on a grid, but then you export them as PNGs, and then, you have infinite layers on TileD. That's so that way you can have like all kinds of really good stuff.
This map has like 50 layers.
And that gives you the ability to just like say hide all the tops of all the trees and stuff like that. And then so then you export PNGs from TileD, and then inside of MZ you're going to use a plugin to display 2 layers, mainly a top and a bottom layer.
Yeah, I just have 2 layers. That's it. Plus the mask. And then if I wanted, like, say I wanted an overpass, like a bridge that you could walk under or whatever, I could add another layer because the top layer is pictures. So you just show a picture based on an event, and like you can get all that working.
Right, and you can hide the picture.
Yeah, because I'm not using a plugin for the parallax. I'm just making the bottom a parallax and the top a picture.
A show
Pretty
picture.
simple.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that simplifies it in that you're not even requiring a plugin to be compatible with other stuff.
Yeah.
You're just setting the parallax on the map data itself, and then doing a show picture event to toggle the top layer, like the behind, so the player can walk behind trees and behind houses and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really cool and simple.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a lot of steps, and man, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, but it makes for pretty maps.
You got to really work hard to get that level, that detail of pretty. Did your music stop? Do you have it on repeat, loop?
It should be, yeah.
I feel like
it's like a really quiet track playing right now. Field 2. Why is it so quiet?
I don't know. I mean, it's just that track that's
it's just
super
that track.
quiet.
It was super quiet, yeah.
Mm.
That's weird. Totally got the music. Oh, I have to put collision on the water too. I guess I don't want people walking all over the water. That's not gonna be a box. Ugh.
Ready Player says, "Hey guys, hey Drift T, what is understood? Is that your game?"
It is. It is. It's actually the game that I entered into the 2017 IGMC, and I've been saying for years now that I was going to make better. Because it was like 25 days and not that great.
Leaf says, "Drifty's helped me with so many issues in MV. Something I want to do: run one of Drifty's videos." What do you mean? What do you mean run one of my videos? Do you mean like live stream with us or something? Is that what you're saying? What do you mean run one of my videos? Anyway,
I forgot this tree, but since you can't walk there, it won't matter.
is there pixel movement? I don't think you're using pixel movement.
No, it's a
24
by 24 grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Q movement, I changed the grid size to 24 by 24. I just like the way it looks when you arrange it that way. But I really didn't have to. That came from using the TileD plugin that comes with, that you can use with MZ and MV. I really didn't have to like set any grid size, to be honest.
Polka Latte says, "Hey game makers." Polka is Echo confirmed.
Echo! Do a collab with us, Echo.
Come on, Polka. The greatest cart carrier
You know what?
ever live.
I was talking about how you could totally be Echo because you would not talk when we were playing Valheim, and I was like, ooh, I know why. Because she would have been immediately recognized as Echo, and
Yeah,
that's it. Cover
Can you
blown.
imagine though, if you did have that voice, you couldn't really hide it without a lot of work.
Yeah.
You'd have to try really hard to change your voice or use like software to not be immediately recognized in this audience. But like, you know, maybe you can go to another audience, no one knows who the hell you are. But like if you do anything RPG Maker related, she's gonna be spotted immediately.
Yeah.
So like, it would make sense why Polka, who may be Echo
confirmed.
Echo confirmed.
Yep.
Would not voice chat with us.
Yeah.
Echo.
Totally played. Was an awesome cart puller, but would not voice chat. Yeah. Totally Echo. We're on to you. We know who you are.
Wrath of Woods sneaking behind things is fun. Can MV run drifty?
Can MV run? What?
I don't know what you're saying. What's up, Wrath of Wood? How you doing?
I have the confuse. I didn't know how to do the collision for these pine trees, so I just kind of made it so you can't run into the bottom of them. It works.
I think your music's too quiet.
My music's too quiet?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, why you gotta be like that, music? This is like regular RTP.
No, you're playing Benjamin Frankler.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, my music's too quiet. There you go.
Oh no, it's too loud. Way too loud.
Wait, I want to play it again. Here we go.
Too quiet. Okay. Kind of loud. That's kind of loud.
Is that good?
It's a little loud, but it's... Yeah, it's a little loud.
Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. Here, let's do this one. I want this one.
That one's probably alright.
Yeah. Does
Okay.
that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
So I have to, like, remaster these, I think.
Nah, they are what they are. Don't worry about remaster. You make new stuff. You just make new stuff. You don't remaster your old shit. You just make new
Well,
stuff.
all I have to do is, like, make it louder.
The music needs more music to it. It's not musical enough.
That's good.
Vero's like, are we just all saying nonsense today? So can MV coffee drifty though? Coffeeing drifty sounds like a good idea.
Wow, coffee. Yeah.
You know, I put a fresh pot on.
Just the word coffee sounds.
We bought a new Keurig, everyone. Valuable information, I know. It has the the pot of coffee and the cup dispenser, like both two in one.
It's called a carafe.
The
You
carafe.
uncultured swine.
Shut up. It doesn't matter. Everyone knows what a pot of coffee is. Yeah, we got a new one and it's really good. In
Watch,
fact,
I probably said it wrong.
Drifty Coffee is Driftwood Gaming's newest IP. I bet I could sell a coffee brand. I mean, at least a few bags of it.
It'd have to taste good.
Something like a pimp.
Make it taste like Tim Hortons, then you'd win for sure.
Can you convert a video to WebM and play that in RM? So yes, it can run drifty. Yes, you can. It's not a question. Raph is saying you can convert a video to WebM. You can even do that with an online converter now. Drifty Coffee is Driftwood Games' newest IP. Okay, that's a repeat. I'm gonna go get coffee now because you guys
get coffee, man.
made that happen. Do you want me to bring you a cup?
Yes.
I'll be right
Thank you.
back. What's up, Jim Bim? How you doing? I'll read it when I get back.
Now I'm afraid the music's gonna change. I don't know what volume it needs to be. Quieter. I gotta get these off. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. Remove. I gotta fix them before they can be a part of this list. They're not allowed. They're too quiet. Remove. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ah! How's the volume, guys? Is it good? Is that too loud? I can't tell. I really can't tell. Drifty's the master at the streaming. Oh crap! I am! Damn it! When did I start doing that? That sucks. See, you know, there's a plus side to man, to doing this on the stream, so that I don't do the stupid the whole way through. I think that's it. Is that it? Nope. Still more. Damn it! I'm glad you pointed that out. How about that for doing more work than is necessary?
Grocery delivery arrived.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, I'm having the boys put everything away.
Awesome. I was drawing the collision on the wrong layer for like a long time. Wah!
Well, it sounds like an incident of streaming and trying to work at the same time
Oh,
happened.
I would love to blame it on that, but here's the truth, guys. I would probably do this off of the stream too, so.
What's up, Drag? How you doing? I'm doing pretty good.
Guess what? This collision's gonna be better this time. Like, less blobby. No,
Yo, 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 yo! I was away, but I'm back now. I had to get coffee because people were just throwing the word out as if I couldn't, I could resist or something.
Hey, Drag, everybody. Here's the thing. I'm not really reading the chat.
How are you supposed to do everything at once? People ask
can't.
me.
You are the master.
How do you do it?
cannot.
And the
I
thing
cannot.
is, I say poorly, but I still try.
I only read it for a second because you left, and somebody thankfully told me. Who told me that?
You're drawing on the wrong layer.
Yes, somebody told me. Phoenix Girl, thank you so
Yes.
much. You were amazing. You saved me more work.
You saved you from doing extra work.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So yeah, I'm doing good, Drag. I mean, today I've been working on Ship Battles Give Actors Experience mod for Pillars of Eternity 2. I've been making mods, and I'm finally getting my code to make things change, and it's cool. But here's the thing. You know what? Nobody fucking cares. Nobody gives a shit about my mods, and it's fine. My audience wasn't made on making mods for Steam games, and that's perfectly fine. But T happened to be working on Understood because she's trying to make this project happen. And so I was like, yeah, that's a great idea, since she's been mentioning she's like wanting to show off some stuff. And so we came to the consensus that, hey, we should have T stream dev streams, every now and then, so that she can show off what she's doing.
Yeah.
Because this is relevant to the channel, and people would be okay with watching people make maps in TileD. And
this is a boring part, unfortunately.
it doesn't matter. You got something graphical on the screen, and it's relevant to the channel, and it fits. It's all on brand. Me working on it's basically just running the game and closing it, typing in VS Code. That's going to be boring for people to watch, and that's what I want to do. So
I feel sad that I'm subjecting people to this collision twice, though.
Don't worry about it. It won't be the last time. How are you doing, Drag? How's your release? Are you getting some bites? Are people biting on that?
Yeah.
It's a new,
it's a wicked cool plugin.
A new plugin from Drag came out just a few days ago. It is a really cool plugin that lets you make maps inside the game. Like, it lets you... It gives the player the ability to change the terrain in auto tile. Like, the player can be walking around the village and make a new river that goes through it.
Yeah, you can make Terraria and RPG Maker.
It's kind of Terraria-esque, but it's not like the 2D with gravity thing. It's different. It's like RPG Maker Terraria. It's more of like, it's closer to Stardew Valley. It's like a Stardew Valley thing. You can change and change the terrain to like dirt and grow plants and make stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Drag says it's fine. I didn't find any bugs just after releasing it, so it's kind of nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Usually that's when you find all the game-breaking bugs,
gosh.
right after you release it.
I found a bunch in mine, and one of them was because I was like, hey, I don't actually need this function, and I deleted it, the whole thing. And then, well, the thing is I actually did need the function. So.
Well, I tell you all the time to comment out code until you're done.
And
then when you're done and you know it's all working, you can delete the commented code.
Commenting's for losers.
T refuses to add any comments. Instead, she just deletes everything. And I'm like, in a year from now, or even a month from now, when you look at your code, you're going to be like, what the frick was I doing here?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You won't know. Anybody who looks at it won't know what it is. The naming conventions are all messy.
Here's the thing. I have really bad ADD, which makes me persistently compulsive. And, like, here's a good example. I've had 5 kids. So you'd think I would know by now to carry like an extra pair of pants and underwear out of the house when you have a toddler, but no, I don't.
We do though.
Nah.
We do. We take
maybe
extra.
Drifty does it, but I would totally leave without it.
We make sure baby is well taken care of.
Oh, here's the thing. I've had accidents out without it. You just go to the store and buy new stuff. That's how you deal with that problem. No, it's bad. I'm very, very compulsive.
That's cool, Jim Bin. You just got MV on Switch like a week ago.
Not
That's tight.
compulsive. Impulsive.
You've been watching RPG Maker content. Your tutorials got recommended by YouTube, and so did this, so I thought I'd check it out. That's cool.
Nice.
YouTube's actually recommending us. That's fantastic. Thank you for tuning in, Jim Bin. And thank you, YouTube.
Maybe YouTube thinks this is like a mental health stream. Because it says
Oh,
understood.
I know what it is. I know what it is. We're like, hey, now there's a female on the stream. And they're like, yep. Susan Wojcicki's like, you know what? Now that it's female working on this channel, now we promote it.
I don't know if that's what it
Sexist.
is.
Sexism.
I don't think that's what it is. I think I'm just awesome and they smelled it.
Oh. Oh. They smelled something, all right.
Use comments? Oh, Drag's yelling at me now. Gee, thanks.
Comments are life. Use comments.
You got Drag yelling at me.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
good.
I use comments.
Do you, though?
I do, but
Let me
then
see one comment in your plugin. A single line
I
of comments.
deleted them. No.
Shh.
Actually, I do. I have comments telling people what each thing is for.
Okay, that's good.
But then, like, when I comment out code, if I do a few other things and it's still just sitting there, I delete it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But you don't ever comment out code. You just straight up take the whole block and delete the whole block. And I'm like, well, what if you actually were onto the right idea and that? No. Oh, no. It's not. It's all garbage.
It's a dumpster fire. It needs to cease and desist from existing.
I'm like, maybe you're right. But what if there was one line that you need to put in the... Nah. Just delete it all. And then, like... You just won't understand why it's not working, and then like
I totally trigger.
The next day, you're like, oh, you know that whole thing I wrote out and just deleted? I needed like half of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, if you would have just listened.
I totally trigger Drifty when I'm coding because I'll be like, Control Z, Control
Undo,
Z,
undo,
Control
undo,
Z.
undo, undo, and I'm like, wait.
Bye.
It's worse, and she's like, can you come help me? Because you're so smart, la la la. And I'm like, uh-oh. And I look at the code and I'm like, okay, well, what if you try to do this? No, that's not it. And I'm like, well, why the fuck did you ask me in the first place then?
I want you to come and tell me what I want to hear, obviously. Tell me the easy way to do it.
Come agree with my methods that don't work.
How about this? Just write it for me. And
No,
then...
you don't like that. You
I know,
hate
I
that.
know.
You're like, I don't want you to write it. I want you to tell me how to write it. And I'm like, I don't know. I just do it. Don't write it for me. Like, I'm not doing any of it. I don't write any of her plugins. Nothing. Like, we brainstorm, and even if I think I know how to do it, like if I type it out on her computer, it's because she needs to see what I'm talking about, and I can't explain it properly. Mm-hmm. And then it gets deleted, and she basically rewrites it differently.
No, you. Yeah, Drifty totally helped me figure out like the whole saving, how to like store the object and save it and replace it and all that. It was like such an abstract idea, so we wrote it out on a whiteboard and like just mapped it out how it had to be done. And he helped me a
Phoenix
lot.
Girl goes, I see. T just needs a better teacher. That's what. I see. I get it. You suck at teaching. Okay, right. Maybe
no,
get it.
Drifty's good. He's good. Sometimes. I'm joking.
No, that was actually a good approach. We got the whiteboard out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
look, let me, because I can't explain it with the, it's so, you don't understand. There's a lot of abstract that's going on here. So
Yeah.
we have to draw out stuff on a whiteboard and then point arrows and then, you know, a combination of word, hand gestures, grunting sounds.
Pretty much.
And dry erase markers on that whole process has worked more than once for us.
Yeah. Very well, actually. Very well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Switch doesn't let you do any custom stuff. Like, they may give you a bunch of resources, but you are limited to just those resources.
Yeah. It's nice to get like your RPG Maker fix on the go.
Mm-hmm. It's cool that you can play it on Switch.
Yeah, but you can't make a game with.
You
you can make a
can.
game, but you can't make like a serious, real game.
You can, but you're not gonna like release a smash hit. It's gonna be
Right.
practice. It's like training wheels.
Yeah.
MV on a console is like training wheels to get your appetite whet for like getting MZ and playing on the PC, where you can create custom stuff and add your own scripts and your own artwork and pixel art and all that stuff, and so that you can create your own game that's fully customized and it doesn't look like the default assets at all.
Yeah.
I highly recommend that if you find it that it brings you joy and you find that you enjoy it and you like doing it, you should definitely save up and think about getting MZ on the PC for the future. Anybody who's playing it on console. There's nothing wrong with playing it on console if you just realize your limitations with it. How different and better is MZ? MZ is, I mean, right now, it's just, a slight upgrade. But here's the thing. Going into the future, you're really shooting yourself in the foot if you start a project with MV. Because it's 32-bit, so you're going to be limited to that 3-point-something gig of actual, like, file size. And as thing, you can limit the size of your project down, but you will have to do that. As far as optimization goes, you're just not going to get it to run as smooth on MV as you do with MZ. So, I highly recommend MZ because another thing, if you want to deploy to Mac, you really need to have MZ because they've already said that they're not going to support it going into the future.
There's two things they don't support. They don't support the 32-bit operating system, and they also don't support OpenGL.
Right. We're talking about Mac. Here, we're talking about
Mac.
Mac doesn't support 32-bit OS and OpenGL, and you need OpenGL to run a playtest to launch the game.
Nobody can run an MV game without like some workarounds on the newest Mac operating systems because they do not support it.
Yeah, that's for MV.
Right.
So this is why a big selling point for why you want MZ is it's 64-bit. And it runs on Mac operating systems.
Yeah, and some people will do the workarounds to play your game, but most people are going to be like, nah, it's too hard. I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
It's going to put most people off. Which is unfortunate. I really am frustrated with Mac. Like, who the heck do they think they are? Apple? Who do you think you are, Apple? Ruining stuff.
$1 trillion company.
Yeah, the truth is, though, eventually it's all going to go that way. Look at Flash. It took a long time, but eventually Flash died.
All technologies get phased out. And even though JS is as huge and as popular as it is now, like, it's going to turn into mostly TS, which is TypeScript, over the next decade or so. But here's the good thing. TypeScript is just like the same thing as JavaScript. It's just a little bit different. And so it'll slowly change. And it'll still be that really good, tight scripting language. Yeah,
it's similar enough to JavaScript that I think it'll be alright. Okay, I think I got all the trees. Now to switch over to...
The big thing here is not to get hung up on, like, oh, I'm good at this language, but I can't learn another language. That's bullshit. If you're a good coder, you're going to learn a lot of languages because you have to. Like, you may focus and specialize on one, but that specialty may change based on the needs of your company or your project that you're working on. So, maybe one year you spend a lot of time doing JS, but then you never know. Next year, you might be a Python coder, depending on if you get a job in a company. They say, look, we're working on machine learning, this thing right here. You're going to have to learn Python. The good thing about it is most of these object-oriented programming languages are all the same. They're all the same. They basically, the syntax changes, but the structures are all the same. You have to understand variables, switches, loops, how labels work, how to navigate through the code, your order of operations, basic algebra. Like, the same things are going to happen no matter what programming language you're using, pretty much.
Yeah, once you learn one, you've pretty much...
You understand, once you understand one of them, you understand the core concepts of all of them. And so, yeah, you may have to go back and relearn where the colon goes, giggity, or where the brackets go, or whether or not you even need end lines or not. Like, but it's really just learning how to manipulate your switches and variables and your loops and simple stuff.
Yep.
Super Smash says MZ is good. Right now, though, you might want to get a plugin to run MV plugins in MZ because there's more MV plugins and hardly any tutorials for doing stuff in MZ compared to... I don't know about that. I don't really know about that.
Most of the tutorials that are out there for
They're all
MV,
the same as far as the tutorials are concerned.
Yeah.
You look at almost any MV tutorial, and you can still do the majority of what is there. There are some specific things you have to change, but all of my tutorials basically look at the Yanfly engine plugins, and if I'm looking at plugins and they require the plugins. So all you really have to do is find the plugin inside of Vigistella engine that correlates with the Yanfly engine plugin that I'm talking about, and learn the parameters and see where the parameters are the same. And then you can just kind of convert it over. It may not be apples to apples, and you may have to, like, go inside extra menus and navigate through the plugin parameters, but it'll essentially be the same thing and it'll work the same way. So, like, you can look at 90% of my MV tutorials and they still work in MZ. Mm-hmm. So I haven't really felt the need to remake them, a lot of them.
No need to reinvent the wheel. It still works.
Studio Blue says, liking the setup, hearts. Thank you, Studio Blue. This is T's computer. It's cleaner because there's no scrolling text, there's no chat on the screen.
Yeah.
The APIs aren't configured and set up.
Things aren't set up on this computer
but
yet.
It's fine. It works just fine.
Yeah.
In the credits for the Patreon, I say in most videos and live streams, you'll see those.
This is an exception today.
Whenever we do the dev stream on T's computer, it works out. And I was hoping that the connection would be solid. I think T's Cat 6 cable is going out, so the fact that it's actually been a really good connection is kind of lucky. We did order a new Cat 6 cable, and we're going to run that when we get that, just to be sure for going into the future.
Yeah. So I still need to do the river. That's going to be fun. I didn't even think of that. And the stuff on the side of the house. Parallax mapping fun. It's thrilling, isn't it, guys?
Phoenix says there's a paint bucket selection there that you can select.
Paint bucket selection?
Yeah, like you do a big circle around it and then you paint bucket on the inside. Instead of just scribbling the entire thing.
Well, I am. I got a rectangle here. Can you fill it with stuff? I haven't even looked at that.
That's what she said.
Oh, create both line and fill. There we go. Thanks. Awesome. See, I should do this on the stream all the time because then people will tell me how to do stuff. Keep telling me how to do stuff,
unfortunately, guys. No matter what you do, you're doing it wrong. And this is something you have to learn.
I am more than happy to learn new things.
Mm-hmm.
What happened here? Hold on a minute. I want to be able to walk.
Oh, you did everything on the wrong layer again.
No, I didn't. Don't scare me like that. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Okay, so I want this tree to be on top.
Super Smash, what do you mean? Do you have MZ? It's going to take you a while to get used to it. You have no idea how to use the plugins. They're the same. Like, you just go into your plugin manager and you just put them in. They're actually easier to understand because they're all numbered now. And the only real difference is you have to look into the parameters. You just have to look into the parameters.
All right, I'm going to draw this in because I want to be able to walk behind this tree.
Jim Bim asks, what exactly is parallax? It's a picture. Instead of the tile data, it's just a picture.
Yeah.
So you make a picture in whatever Photoshop, GIMP, Clip Studio Art, TileD, however you want to create that picture, and then you save it as a PNG file, and you put that into your game's img/parallaxes folder, and then you can, on the map data, just select the map and hit spacebar or right-click and edit, and you'll see a selection that says parallax, and that lets you select a picture to draw over the entire thing instead of drawing every tile by tile. And that's what a parallax is. And you can also do a show picture that creates a top layer because the character will always walk on top of the parallax map.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I realized I was being stupid. I don't have to be that precise. Okay. Keep going.
So, I mean, wouldn't you just draw a straight line down because there's a house there that would be a collision?
I want you to be able to walk behind the tree.
And in front of the house?
In front of the house, yeah. So that's why I did that. I
Okay.
think it'll work, right? That'll work, right?
No, it's going to look
What?
weird. You're going to be like walking into the side of the house. Like, okay, look at you're coming from the top left, right? And you're walking down. You're going to walk into the house
you're
along the
right.
tree.
You're right. Oh, I'm a dummy.
It's fine.
Listen, I don't do this usually. This is new for me.
When you stream, you realize there's a lot
All
going
right.
on.
That's all right. It makes it easier for
Yeah.
me too.
Easier is not the word I would use, but in the end, you get more feedback if you can handle it, is the thing.
I love feedback.
That's
'cause
good.
I'm very bad at a lot of things. I need people to tell me when I'm doing something stupid.
What's up, John Fox? How you doing? Aren't collisions tile-based, though, since movement is tile-based? Yes, John Fox, unless you're using a plugin to configure the collision. And
Yeah.
in this case, T is drawing a collision mask. And then anything on this layer that has a color and is not alpha 0, which is not transparent, it will act as if it was a collision, a tile that you cannot walk on. So she's creating a custom collision mask so that it feels less tile-y, even though it's still on a 48 by 48 grid, but it's being subsectioned into 24 by 24. So really every tile is broken up into 4 tiles, and it has a custom collision mask. So it's going to give you the feel that it's pixel movement, but it's not. It's still a tile grid movement, but it has a much smoother, better feel. I was watching her walk around the map, and it looks so much better than just 48 by 48 built-in standard default
I'll show you
tile.
guys. Let me save this again. I'm going to save what I've done so you could see what collision is happening right now.
That's a good idea. So they can see what the hell all of this is for.
Yeah.
You can feel the pixels.
There we go.
That's right, Wrath of Wood. It feels better.
Yeah. Okay. Let's check it out. I'm not done yet, obviously, but let's see what we got so far. So, like, let's go up to Miriam's house. Can I still walk behind this tree? No.
Yeah,
can't.
Jim Beam.
I gotta fix the collision here.
Jim
This
Beam.
is not
That
acceptable.
it
I gotta be
becomes
able
your
to get
map.
through here.
Your parallax becomes the map. So there's still collision that, like you see red here, but you're not going to see the red.
But yeah, you see, like, I drew the collision on, and like it's more precise. So it's not gonna be as precise as how I drew it exactly because it's a 24 by 24 grid.
Yeah.
But it makes it cool. You can walk behind the houses. And
24 by 24 is great because it still goes into 48 by 48, and you can fit 4 of them perfectly into one.
Yeah. And I just like it. You definitely like it closer to things than if you were 48 by
It
48.
feels much better
Yeah.
than just regular 48 by 48.
Yeah.
Because 48 pixels is a really high dense, it's a dense zone. So, like, it can feel stiff if, giggity, that's what she said. If you're, like, walking around in some areas, especially when you're parallaxing, if you don't get it quite right, it'll feel like there's invisible walls around. It's blocking you, and it doesn't feel right. So, by subsectioning them into 24 by 24, the way T's doing it, it's really, really smart, and I think it's a good approach. And then creating the custom tile collision mask is even extending that further, because then you can have collisions that look better to what the map actually shows. So you don't have like the invisible wall thing as much and as often. It still requires some finagling. You have to like move the whole house so that the doors line up with the tiles.
Oh my gosh.
So
and I didn't do that right, so now I'm going to move the doors.
you still have some issues that you have to work with. It's not easy, but it definitely is better in the end. And if you can get everything lined up properly, then it works better. So T's going to have some issues when she goes to, like walk into the door. It's going to look like you walk through the wall if you don't line it up properly, because you're still on a grid. It's not pixel, you're on a grid. So if the 24 by 24 doesn't line up properly, you're going to notice that really bad. I mean, 48 by 48, it's either you're in the door or you're on the side of the door, like completely off. But with 24 by 24, you can be like half and half, and it'll still look funny. So you have to move things around a little bit so that the collision mask will fit with the tile grid, because you're really putting two kind of technologies together.
Yeah, it's not a science. It probably is a science. I don't know it as a science. How's that?
I don't know what you're saying.
But it's not.
It's not easy to do.
You're not like, oh, I'm going to do it this way, and then everything just works. You have to do it this way, and then also that way.
And then move some stuff around.
Yeah.
And that's why I said it requires a little bit of finesse and
finagling. Yeah.
Finagling.
That's for sure.
Jim's like, that's what all the red is. I was wondering, what are you doing? This looks terrible.
Yeah.
Why would you want everything that bright color red on your map? It looks really bad.
I should have made it purple. Would have been better for my brain. Live and learn. Do I have any more buckets or anything? Oh, there's a rock.
Yeah, Jim. When you see a map, you're like, how did they do that? Well, it's probably a parallax, and they hand drew it, and then they use region restrictions. That's the easy way, right? You just draw a picture, and you put it on the map, and then you do region restrictions, which is if you're using MV, it's Yanfly engine. If you're using MZ, it's a Vigistella thing. Yanfly's stuff, basically, with some conversion from a team.
I'm not actually using region restrictions.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the easy way to do what you're doing without all the extra, making the map on TileD, exporting with several layers, and then, making the top and the bottom layer to be exported PNG files, and then running them. Like, it's easy. Just here's the simple TLDR. You make the map in any photo editing software at all, like Photoshop or GIMP or anything, Sprite. You make the image, right, that you want the map to look like. Poof, you put it as a parallax. Then you use a plugin called region restrictions to draw. You go into the parameters, you select a region that you want to use. I use any of the red ones, and you double click inside the box and you type in the number of the region that you want to use to say nobody can walk on it. And then you paint the map on the region layer where you want the collisions to be. Now, you're going to be stuck to 48 by 48 if you want to do it that way. But it is the most simple way to parallax map, and a lot of people have done it very well. But the way that T's doing it is a little bit different, a little bit harder, way more work involved, but it looks and feels so much better.
Yeah, it's prettier.
Yes, Jen. If you go from Switch to PC, go to MZ.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's essentially the same. Like, you're not gonna, like, the knowledge you learn in MV is gonna carry over to MZ. A lot of it is the same, and they did that on purpose so that you don't have to relearn a new software. Some things will be different, but in a better way. You'll have better control over your plugin commands, because then everything will be in a drop-down list. Right now, if you go to MZ and you do a plugin command, of course, wait, you're doing it on console, so you don't have any plugin commands. So you'll just be learning plugin commands the better way to do it. Before, you had a little script box, and you have to type in the name of the plugin command and then space, and then you have to memorize all the parameters for every plugin. It doesn't make an iota of sense. But it's really easy to do inside of MZ, so that's really great. Also, you can use what is it called? Particle effects. You can use particle effects in MZ, and you don't really do that inside of MV. So you get a whole new world of animation.
Yep.
There are some things that are really cool with sprites, but it uses more resources, and you don't get any variance. Everything will always look the same stiff animation with the sprite sheets. So with particle effects, you get the ability to have a variance on everything. I feel like this track is a little loud, but don't worry about it. It's almost over probably, and it's not super duper loud. Yeah, it's probably a little better.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's hard to normalize everything and stay on track.
Oh no, I see a plant problem over here. This is unacceptable.
Call the rabbits.
Look at this. Look at this!
Look at it.
Oh no! How do I fix it? Do I have another one of those that's around here I can just grab? Can I grab one of
Doodads. Just stick a doodad right on top of it.
those? Did I put any more of those?
Just make an event and place a plant on top of it.
No.
Why not? You could totally do that. You don't need to remake everything for that.
I'm not gonna remake anything. I'm just looking for another one of those so I can grab it and put it on top.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Just like an image though.
Just grab it
Here we go. I'm gonna grab this guy right here.
and put it on top. That's what she said.
Yeah. I'm gonna take like this selection pen thingy and make it real small and just like, whoa. what
Yeah,
happened
all the
there?
new stuff's going to come out for
Something
MZ.
like
There's
that.
not going to be a lot of... MV is cool and all, but it doesn't really have a future. You know what I'm saying? MV, but here's the thing. People will use it for the next decade. There are still games being released that are made with VX and VXAs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Well, because they've been working on it for so long.
Yeah.
So it's going to be okay if you're using MV. Don't feel like you just, I'm screwed. No, if you have MV, you're working MV, it's fine. But
Wow.
if you're jumping into it, don't start with MV. Start with this gen. Start with MZ, and you know that you're gonna future-proof yourself. You're gonna get invested and have a full entire
Hey.
project with
Sorry.
MV at this
Get over
point. It's gonna cause you a ton of issues.
Oh my gosh, why?
I'll just shut
Sorry.
up. I'll
No,
just
you're
shut up. It's fine. It's
This
fine.
is making me mad.
I
this
know.
plant.
I could tell.
I keep telling it to come over here, and it's like, no. Are you here? You got it? Okay, I got it. It doesn't want to follow me. You have to...
Slim is still using XP for some project. Why, Slim? Why do you still use XP?
There, fixed.
What's your motivating factor?
Wow, that looks really weird.
Have you just learned it really well and you're like a master of XP and
Did it blurry it?
you
It
have
made
the
it,
you just have
blurry.
X penis?
Oh, I ruined it.
You
that-
like X penis? Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
You like the feel of the X penis?
That didn't work. That's, You don't have to answer that question. You could just ignore that.
You can have the VX-ness or the MV-ness or the MZ-ness or the X penis.
Oh my god.
Whatever you enjoy the most.
Here, I got
Everyone
this.
is entitled to like whatever they like, and if it is X penis that you like, that's totally fine.
This is
Nobody's
what
gonna
I'm
judge you for liking the X penis of your application.
What if I just do like this? Yeah. It's gotta be smaller though.
Slim says, I never liked MV with its stupid mapping system.
Yeah, stupid mapping.
So do you like
This
MZ's
is not gonna
multi-layered
Damn
mapping
it.
better than Slim?
Plant.
It's similar, but it is a little improved. The difference and the bad thing I don't like about it is the actual defaults, the default tile set in MZ. It's just horseshit, man. It's stupid. It's really bad, and I hate to say that because I'm a big fan, but I hate to say it. It's the truth. The default tile sets in MZ, what the fuck were they thinking? That's what I have to say about it. What were they thinking? It's so good that there's a ton of DLC. It's really, really good that there's just a buttload of good DLC out there. There's plenty of good ones. But the ones that come with it, the main map, they don't even line up. And if it wasn't for all the people on the forums, T did a bunch herself. She remade rugs, she remade the world map, cave entrances. They didn't line up stuff that sits on a table, sits sideways on it, falls off of it. It looks really bad, and it's like the people who made it never put it on a map in the engine, never used the engine. They made it and they never used the engine. They just made it, and they didn't actually see what it looks like in the game, and that's a big problem. You're missing an entire step there. I don't know how that passed quality control. What I could say is there probably was no quality control at that point.
I don't know.
But and not to shit on the developers, I'm just saying, what the fuck were you thinking putting out that default resource for the tile set? The tile sets were so bad. They were so bad they didn't match. They were off in like a dozen different places to be generous. And you were asking for it. You're just asking for people to shit on it. And I feel like it was just a huge oversight. That shouldn't happen again, hopefully. It's a good thing there are plenty of good DLC out there. You can just, for even pretty cheap, there's some really good stuff. And there's free stuff on the forums as well. Because a lot of people are like, what is this shit? Use mine instead. Don't use that. Just use mine.
There's really excellent stuff on the forums. It's amazing. People are so generous and awesome in this community. I love it. Wow. Let's just go all willy-nilly all over the place. I've decided to give up on that plant for now. I'm going to revisit it later. It defeated me.
Oh, no.
I will take care of it at some point, but I'm just going to do what I can do right now instead of staring at a map. Stupid plant.
Here's the thing. The defaults in MV aren't that bad. MV's defaults are all right. Like, they're not great, but they're not half bad in most cases. They're not off of proportions or anything. But MZ's ones that came out for the tile sets. Now, I'm just talking about the tile sets here because the music for MZ is better. A lot of the things are better in MZ by far, but the tile sets in MZ are very off in many places, the defaults. So it's a good thing that you can just get a bunch of DLC.
Yeah. There's a lot of really great DLC out there.
Slim says the XP RTB was super nice though. It's easier to please the eye when you have less pixel density. So I will say every time you upgrade to the next level, the next pixel density, you leave less for the imagination.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to compete with people's imagination. So you have to be really good in order to present something that competes with their imagination.
Like this FSM set is just phenomenal. I'm just like making up the stream behind trees.
I like First Seed material maps, tile sets. They're definitely in my favorites.
Yeah, they're really
They're in
good.
the list of favorites.
They are really good. I don't even care that probably a lot of people are using them. They're just so beautiful.
They are overused, but that's okay because at least they're pleasing to look at.
Yeah.
Jim says, so basically I'm using Switch MV to learn, and then maybe in time, if I get good, I'll still enjoy myself as I am now.
Okay, that works.
If I get good and still enjoy myself as I am now, I'll upgrade to PC. Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Have fun with it. That's the most important thing because it's a lot of work, and if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to make it. So you have to like what you're doing, and when you don't, you need to take a break. You need to do something different because if you force yourself into it, you're just going to burn yourself out, and then you're gonna take a break anyway. Except you're gonna hate some aspects, and it's not going to be good in the long run. So do what's fun with the engine and try to do things that are creative and productive, but just know that you won't always succeed with what you're trying to do, and that's okay. You won't always make something productive of your time. That's okay. You'll work on something and it'll fail. That's okay. Try to learn what you can and try to improve yourself the whole way, and remember to have fun and enjoy what you're doing. And then if you do it long enough and you continue to have fun, and there'll be moments when it's kind of grindy and it feels like you're barely making any headway. But if you see it out and you do make a game, at least you'll know the whole time you were enjoying the process, or at least most of the time you're enjoying the process. And if you have something productive to show for it, that's all the better. And then eventually that could turn into a game that'll make money. But don't jump into this thinking I'm going to make money selling games.
Nah.
You have to just do what you enjoy. And if that turns into a game at the end of it, bada boom. Hey, forget about it. You made some money on it.
Yeah.
Or you give it out for free to your friends and put it on itch like I've done and some other people have done. And that's okay too. You have something to show. You've got a little portfolio. What's up, Coilus75 Windows Entertainment Incorporated? Your name's a little short. It could be a little bit longer.
Yeah,
I think you
totally,
could fit a few more words in there.
Step up your name.
How you doing?
Man. I got this. Come So many collision. This is definitely the biggest map in the game. So it'll be nice to have it done. Hello. Damn it.
The feeling when you finish something is so good. Yep, that's true. If you have it and you're like, sweet, you have some kind of closure, and then you put that in your portfolio like, hey, I did that thing. That's tight. I can move on now. And you have that in your back pocket. Like, hey, I did this thing. What did you do? I did this thing. You know what I mean? You got something.
Yeah.
It is a good feeling to have something. Have it done. Even if it's not a money maker, even if it's not like a big fan favorite or whatever, you got something, right? There's something there. It's better when it sells and makes money, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. That is true.
Using MZ tile sets might send drift you into a tantrum. Nah, that's fine. It's if you're good at it and you use some RPG Maker web stuff and some other free resources or some downloaded DLC, there's nothing wrong with it. Of course, if you just use all the defaults and you don't do it well and you use the ones that are not that good, I might say something about it. Sure. I'll say, I don't really like these maps very much. It looks really not good. And you're just going to get that critique if you send me a game and say, here's $30, play it, and tell me what you think. I'm going to tell you what I think, and I'm going to tell you that these fucking maps are sucky. Just be prepared.
I could do that better. Come here. Yeah. I'm really kind of lazing on this collision. I have a feeling I'll probably have to come back and, like, fine-tune it a little bit.
Question, when's the last time you saved this map?
17 years
You
ago.
should just do like a temporary save, yeah? Do a backup temporary save.
Yeah,
Throughout the
probably.
process, hit a Control S every now and then. She's the worst at saving.
I am.
She'll spend 3 hours drawing a picture, and then she'll like walk away and not save it a single time, and she'll like walk away and go do something else.
I'll leave it there all day, and then
I'm
at
like-
the end of the night, I'll close it and be like, oh, shoot.
I'm like, it's storming out right now, right? You can hear the thunder. You know what happens sometimes when there's thunder outside?
And again, you'd think I would learn after a while, but no, I don't.
You might want to just hit a Control S in there and save some progress.
There's no learning to be had.
What's up, Warlock Games? How you doing?
I'm almost done with the first pass.
Slim asked, how big is the map?
60 by 60.
60 by 60. See, it's not that big. That's what she said.
It's not too big, yeah. Could be bigger. Let's make it bigger.
That's what she said.
Okay, so I know I probably missed like so many things. This is just my first pass. Now I just gotta run around the map like a bajillion times and see where I can like go where I'm not supposed to. Because I'm sure there's places. There's definitely places.
You finally worked on a Game Jam game and finished it. What's the name of it, Warlock? That's awesome. What Game Jam were you playing in?
Probably the Touch to Stars.
I do not, Video Wizard. It would be nice to have an uninterruptible power supply, but I don't. They go out too fast. I feel like they're only good for like a year, and then the batteries start to
What's
lose their...
that?
It's like a portable battery pack
Uh-huh.
that plugs into the wall, but then you plug everything else into that.
Uh-huh.
So when the power goes out, it continues to run everything that's plugged into it
Uh-huh.
for several hours.
Huh.
And then when the power comes back on, it recharges the battery that's on it again.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like it's called a UPS.
UPS.
Uninterruptible power supply.
You learn something new every day.
So T is living dangerously. She's always living dangerously.
Yes.
She's very reckless in many, many different ways.
I am, extremely. I'm hard-headed. Come on. I can draw a straight line sometimes. Yeah. That's good enough, right?
Geonite the Coin Thief, it's in the unfinished Game Jam. In this Game Jam, you just finish a game.
Cool.
So they allow you to like bring in any game you want that you were working on that you've never finished, and it just like you just submit a game that you just finished.
Nobody can go over here anyways. So
Kind of unfair if you have like money or stuff on the line. Maybe the rewards are just props. In that case, it makes sense.
okay.
Tony's working on a JRPG called Dragon Tongue. What's that, honey?
This is first pass. I gotta run around the map and see how stupid it is. No. See, I keep saving it with all this, like, stuff on it.
Phoenix Girl says, if you need a tip to deal with that grass that was giving you trouble, T, I can help.
Yeah, you can give me a tip. I will take it.
That's what she said.
Shut up. I already forgot about the grass. Maybe that's what I decided to do, is to like be like, oh, I'll come back to this later and just forget about it. No, I will. I'll fix it.
KV, you entered a game jam called Battle Every Step. Guess what you do? Is it story contest? It's
That
about
sounds-
story writing, isn't it?
Sounds terrible.
It's all about story.
Oh. Yo, what's up with that? Look at this. Look at this. Whee!
You better fix that.
Oh no. Yeah, I better fix that.
The line isn't thick enough. That's
It
what she
isn't.
said.
Yeah, it's not thick enough. It's like directional. That's weird. Ooh, I'm gonna use that to my advantage.
If you do a
got some-
thin line, it creates a directional
Yeah, it
pass.
creates like a directional. I need this to go up a little further. Oh yeah, this needs work.
That's what she said.
There's some work that needs to happen here. That's okay. It's a good first pass, though. It's a good first pass.
Yeah,
Not bad. Not
yeah.
bad.
What's the name of that plugin again that you're using for the collision maps?
Q bleh, bleh.
Q move bleh bleh bleh.
It's too hard to say. Sorry, guys.
Q movement?
Q movement. All right, hold on.
Is
Let
that
me- let me-
Quixels?
Yeah, let me show you
Quixel?
how it looks. See, this is my collision mask. You just put like this little thingy here in CM, and then this thingy, and the name of your file, and then another thingy at the end, and it makes you have collision. And so like the bottom is just, it's just a simple parallax.
So you just put the name of the PNG in a plugin a note tag on the map.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Sorry. And then you also have to you have to have a. Hold on a minute.
You have to have it in your IMG parallaxes?
I have a no. Well, you can.
Or is it IMG pictures?
You could choose. So what I did was I made a collision folder. So
You
all
just-
mine
oh,
are in
okay.
a collision folder.
That's brilliant.
And if you want to do that, you have to
Just change the parameters to tell it to look into the collision folder.
Let's look in the parameters. Right.
Sick.
Oh wait, it's not this one. It's collision map. So yeah, you just go in here and tell it where to look.
Wait, Lua? Who's that one?
Luna Q collision map.
Okay, Luna Q.
Yeah,
It's like
because they Quixos wrote it and then Luna ported it to MC.
Ah, right. They
Yep.
stole it essentially. Just kidding. I'm just
they
kidding.
ported
Chill,
it.
bro. Get the knife. Why do you have the knife out? Fuck. We can all get along here.
So
We
the
don't
problem,
have to kiss each other's butt.
The problem with Q maps, unfortunately, is that Pathfind, the one that makes it so you can use mouse input, is totally broken. You can't do transfer events. You can't save. Like, it's just completely broken. It does not work. So instead of having Pathfind on, I made my own little plugin called Kill the Heinous Blinky Box.
Yeah.
And
it's tight.
now
You know what it does? It gets rid of the blinky box.
It gets rid of the blinky box. So if you like click on the screen, it doesn't blinky box.
What's up,
anymore.
Ajik? How you doing?
See, no blinky.
Ajik says he loves the content. Do you know the maximum number of maps that you can have in MZ? Is it 1,000?
999.
999. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 1,000. I think it's 1,000 because you have map 000, don't you?
No.
It just
Map
starts at
0 is null.
1. Map 0 is
Map
null.
0, actually, I found a way
It
to
is.
get to map
That's
0.
what I was saying. Map 0 is there. You just don't see it.
Yeah, it has
the map. Yeah, it's got the. It's got all like the air. Go ahead, the airship.
It has the airship
Yeah.
and the cart and like the dragon now for MZ. I accidentally found it
Mhm.
when I was making a game in MV. And I was like, what the hell is this map?
So 1,000, but you can only make 999, including the one that comes with it.
Should I make it so you can't walk all over the garden?
Yeah, dog.
Put collision here.
Get off my begonias.
Okay, I'll do that. I gotta check more. collision
Petunias.
stuffs.
Patagonias.
So, river's working
Is that a
good.
country? It's a
Wait.
country.
Wait, where's that plant that... Oh, it's up here? Wait, where's that plant that was like... Oh, here it is.
Just put an event in front of it. It's
this
simple
is the
fix.
messed up plant right
Just
here.
a simple fix. Just put something in front of it. Come on. You don't have to. You don't have to. Just make an event that's below character, and it has a green grassy thing. You won't even notice it. Easy fix.
Yeah.
Easy fix. Y'all's is making this too complicated.
Oh, I got.
Let me introduce you to my friend Avril Levin.
I gotta add some collision right here. That's unacceptable.
So map 0 is used. There is a place for where all of the airship, boat, and things, they have to be specified.
Well, I don't know if it's actually used in MZ though, because the thing is with MV, you were not allowed to make a game folder. You were not allowed to make a game folder without the boat image.
It needs an image for the boat, the airship, and the EIOU sometimes.
The other thing, yeah. And I couldn't understand.
Ship,
I was
airship.
like, I'm not even using it. Why do I have to have this in my game? And when I found map 0, it made all the sense. But you don't need it in MZ, so I don't think MZ has that weird map. I don't think it has it. I'm just gonna make it so you can't step on the vegetables. Like this kind of thing here.
Jim says, I feel like getting into all the coding stuffs could be intimidating, overwhelming for me. I have no coding knowledge whatsoever. Yeah, right now
but that's how you start.
Nobody does.
Yeah, nobody starts.
Do you know how to do anything? You know, until you learn it? Nah.
Do you know how to do anything?
Do you know how to do anything? No. We don't know anything until we learn it, right? So you have to just, you're going to be intimidated and overwhelmed, most likely, but you just dip your toes in the water and look at it and go, I don't understand any of this shit. Do you know what this means? I don't know what any of this means. And that's fine. And then you look at it for a while, and then you say, okay, you put it away. And then you come back the next day, and you look at it again, and maybe this time you change one thing. And you're like, okay, I'm going to save it first and back up my project. And then I'm going to change this one number. And what happens? And you look and you try to see if it does anything. Probably going to crash and say something is undefined. And that's normal. You say, okay, undo, save it. I don't want to fuck with that today. And then you walk away and you do something else. You go back to your pixel art. And then the next day you look at it again and go, okay, that number you can't change. I know that much now. But what if you change the name of this thing? Huh? And then you try. And eventually you just start messing around with enough stuff that you learn what you can't do. And then once you've learned a lot of what you can't do, you start trying things that actually work. And then you just keep going, man. You don't know anything until you try, and you're not going to get it at the beginning. You're not going to get it a year into it. You're going to be like, ugh, I can do a few script calls, but I can't. I don't know what any of this is. I just know if I do $GameMessage.add, it can do a show text. And that's fine. There's plenty of stuff to learn, and if you just keep trying to learn one little thing at a time, you're going to get it, and you're going to understand more and more. And how far you go is how much determination and dedication you have, because it's really up to your own work ethic. Do you have a good work ethic? Well, then all you have to do is keep trying.
Yeah, and you'll get it.
You'll get it.
Eventually. I'm going to put a treasure chest back here. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say that. Pretend you guys didn't hear that.
No one's going to remember in 4 years when this game comes out.
No, it's the third quarter of 2050,
right.
Actually.
There you go.
It's really sick.
And if you do somehow hit 2,000 maps, Zeriabs can probably help you out at that point.
Zeriab?
He's a knowledgeable
get
guy.
Back here.
I like Zeriab. He's knowledgeable.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He taught me how to go through the console log thingy. Oh, I gotta make these wider.
The event process, the stepping.
Yeah.
Stepping through the event process. That's very useful.
I'm stepping through the collision up here.
Yeah, I can see that. You mean the 5th quarter of 2050, KV. Or T says KV.
The 5th quarter?
Yeah,
yes,
KV
that's
says.
Right. Oh man, I can't believe I made that mistake. Thank you.
The 5th quarter of 2050.
Yes. That's more like it. Okay.
All right, I'm going to be right back.
Oh, I didn't put any collision down here. Probably should have that. So I didn't need to.
Buddy.
Thank you.
Oh my God, you got mappies?
Trying. I am trying to get the mappies. Can't go behind here either. Oh well. Doesn't matter. You don't have to go behind there. Alright, everything else looks pretty good. What was the... Dang it. I forgot what I had to do now. Oh yeah, I can walk on the cliff over there. Off the cliff. I bet you I could walk off over here too. Let's see. Yep. Can I even get up here? I can. Yep. No! Okay, so I have to make these like 2 brush strokes thick. I have to make them thicker. Big thicker. Oh, I didn't even add any up here. Oh, but the water, yeah, the water makes it so you can't go down there. Okay. A couple more things that need to be fixed. I'm sure I'm gonna miss one, and like a million years ago, or from now ago, when I release this, somebody's gonna be like, ha ha ha, I can walk on the cliff.
When I released this in the past.
When I yes. Exactly. 50 gets it.
Now
That's
you
how
learn.
far away it is. It's in the past.
Time has to go to the end and start over like a looping map. February.
Alright. Hopefully this is enough. I don't know. Let's see. There'll be like one area that's 1 pixel too narrow that I'll miss. I wonder what the threshold is, because it's definitely not 24 pixels.
Rats asked, would doing 24 by 24 red blocks be a way to do this? I mean, it's a way, but...
Yes, it is, and I have done it this way before, but it's boring, so I choose to do it this way
Also,
instead.
it feels less natural. And also, what if you just move the entire thing to the right a little bit, and it throws it off? And so, if you're using, like, natural shapes, it looks better than just blocks that, especially at a certain point, may not even be aligned to the pixel.
Yeah, I've done blocks before, definitely. Because what you could do, I'll show you, on TileD, which is where this map was born. Let's see, I'll show... There's so many layers on this. Like, this tree upper layer has like a bajillion trees in it. And then the houses... has a bunch of houses in it. These are all images, so like the houses, if I want to move Sarai's house, I can just like grab it and move it and put it wherever I want.
Next level.
And then same with all the trees. So I've got like a bajillion trees. There's top layer and bottom layer trees. And then the plants have a bunch of layers as well. Clips and everything. I forgot what I was doing.
Hey,
What was
Randall
it?
Nation, how's it going?
Why did I come here?
Because you wanted to show off the next level mapping
No.
skills.
Oh, but there was a specific reason. Damn it.
They were talking about 24 blocks.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. So one thing that you can do here, and that I've actually done with most of my maps, maybe I have one open I can show you. Yeah, so collision. This is done with blocks. This is one of the maps that are one of the houses in the town.
You just
And-
placed 24 by 24 blocks down.
Yeah, so I have a tile set over here that's called collision, and I got like little blockies, and I can place them down.
It's nice
wherever I
and
want.
pink. It takes me back
Yeah.
to 2003 where the transparency was all pink.
But yeah, that's how you could do it with blocks. But I'm enjoying just drawing it this time.
Everybody would make resources, and the game would interpret that color pink as transparent. So everybody would have like all the resources with the pink background instead of a transparent background.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you know what
it
I
really
realized
wasn't though.
is that I have to like.
Because you'd have like one guy who was really good at making sprites, but he would use like a blue-green background, and you're like, why? Now I have to use the paint dripper tool and fill in all of the backgrounds. You know,
Oh, because it was just a specific color.
you have to pick a color for your transparency.
Ah, that's stupid. Is it the same now, or like what's the deal with it now?
You just use transparent background.
Oh right,
It doesn't do any interpretation. It actually uses PNG with alpha layer data, and so because it actually stores alpha layer data, you can use just transparent, and the file size is bigger, but everything's bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it used to be that a lot of programs didn't even have an alpha layer, right?
Well, file formats. You know, like you could save it without alpha data. Alpha layer is just alpha.
You
Yeah.
know, I could make it so nobody could even walk.
But
through.
here's the thing, Doctor. some file formats don't store alpha data. And so if you try to save some files that have a transparent background into a format that doesn't store the alpha layer, then it creates like a white or a black depending on the program settings. It'll just have like a, blanket white 0000000 or FFF background.
Mm-hmm. Well, that stinks. Most programs come with alpha now, though.
Well, file formats.
File formats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
PNG.
PNG. You have to have
Some
PNG.
JPEG doesn't. I mean, they do.
I thought
but,
no JPEG.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a JPEG that has a transparency.
Really? I was not aware of this. Never really given it much thought either, though. So there's that. Probably want to cover this up here. Yeah. You know, it's terrible, but I actually really enjoy. Wow, here's a spot.
See, this is mind numbing to me. Like, doing what T's doing, I'm just so. I would be so bored trying to do all this over and over.
I like it.
That
It's
is great. See, that's where it's different, and this is where I like the idea. I like what we're doing because this is really filling the gaps, Giggity, of what the channel is missing. It's the things that you enjoy about the engine may not be the things that other people enjoy about the engine, and that's why working on a team could really provide a lot of value because in the game design, in game development, you have to wear all the hats to put out a game. To make something finished and complete, somebody's got to wear all the hats. And you need somebody to make the maps, and you need somebody to do the sound and the audio, and you need somebody to make decisions on the battle system, and you need somebody to promote it, and you need somebody to show it off and hype it, and you need all these things. But not every person is good or enjoys all of those things. So if you're lucky enough to find people who are around you and you want to work with them, that's great. But here's the thing, there's a caveat to that. Don't work for somebody else for free.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing it because you want to and you don't care if all that credit goes to someone else and whatnot. Just do what you like to do. And if you can get paid, if you're good at something, try to get paid for it. And if you can get paid for your skills, then you're doing, you're going in the right direction. I guess I went all off in 7 different side tangents there.
Drifty's on a tangent.
What's up, Agent Woden? He says, it's always interesting to see what people are doing every time I come back to the RPG Maker community. I've been in and out since the original PlayStation English release.
Wow.
Bruh.
I wish I had found it back then. I'd be like a RPG sage or something. I don't know. Or I just wouldn't even think about it anymore. I don't know. You never
Jim?
know the future.
Yeah. Jim asks, what got me into RPG Maker and game dev? Well, I like video games. I love playing video games, and I was told as a kid that I'm wasting my time and like you're never gonna amount to shit and like all you do is play video games and like you're never gonna go anywhere with these. You're gonna never learn skills that you need to know. You're gonna learn useless shit. And I was like, oh yeah, watch me. And so I do what I want for a living because I got it like that. All right. And yeah, I don't know. I found it as a kid, and I liked writing little stories, and I liked playing video games, and I always thought it was really cool just to make video games, obviously. So I would see systems I liked in a video game, and I'd be like, yeah, this is great, but why did they do this stupid shit? And there would be a thing I didn't like about the video game, and I'm like, to me, I would be like, I wish they would take the battle system of this game and the functionalities and the shops of this game and the story of this game and make all 3 of these into one, and then that would be a game I'd want to play. So I guess a lot of it is I liked games, but I hated certain aspects of games, and I wanted to mix them in different ways. And like the perfect game never existed, hasn't existed, and so I wanted to create what the perfect game would be to me. I don't know. That's a long answer, I suppose.
Oh, there it is. Found it. I lost it.
It was a combination. It was a combination of sticking it to anybody who wants to shit on what I was doing, to prove people wrong that I could totally do what I wanted and show them that it's actually a career and like not really just a career, but like I could get away I could get away with it. All right, I could do it. And hey, there you go, you got it. Now you can't even tell that it was clipped in the corner.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Kind of.
Yeah,
there you go, perfect. And at the same time, I just enjoyed it, and you know, there's nostalgia built, you know, baked into it. Yeah, absolutely, Jim. That frame of mind doesn't exist as much anymore, because you see professional gamers, and you see professional game indie studios. There's so many indie studios that have made it. You know, it's still like 1 out of 20 that for a studio if they actually make it or not. They put out a game to sell, and you got like 5-10% chance, depending on all these factors, if you actually make money with it. So like it's still a crapshoot, and that's what I said at the beginning. You have to like it. You better like it. You better like what you're doing, and if you don't, you better figure out what you like to do, because you're gonna get burnt out no matter if you like it or not. And so you have to be willing to, when you take a break, if you love it and you like it, you're going to want to come back to it when you take a break. And if you don't, you're not going to, and you're never going to make it. So it's got to be intrinsically motivated, as a therapist would tell you.
You have to be intrinsically motivated.
As an educated person would say, you have to be intrinsically motivated. You have to be the motivation. How far can we go?
I might be done with this, maybe.
I'm sure you'll find something later on tonight.
I'm positive I will. You know how it is.
Aerosys says, oh, there was a TileD stream and I missed it.
Well, not quite. I really didn't do much on TileD. I just, like, grabbed some stuff from it. I'm doing mostly just in Clip Studio Paint. I'm drawing a collision mask, so now I'm testing it to make sure I've got it all.
Yeah, Light asks, the program is Clip Studio Paint. Yes.
Yeah. See, I fixed the... Wait, is this where it was? I can't remember now. I fixed it, though. Oh, there it is. Yay. I knew I was going to get back to that someday.
Phoenix Girl says, there's one tree I noticed that you've missed.
Oh, no!
Near the blue house.
The blue house?
TileD is a software that helps you create maps. It's a better mapping engine than the built-in one for RPG Maker. And you have unlimited layers and lots of other functionality, which makes it a useful tool for making games no matter what engine you're using. Luckily, there is a plugin for RPG Maker MZ that allows you to incorporate TileD, but the way that T is doing it, you don't even use the plugin, right? She's essentially making the maps in TileD and then exporting PNGs and displaying them in top and bottom layers. One is in IMG Parallaxes and one is in IMG Pictures for top and bottom. So she's going to the map data and saying, play this, use this map as the parallax for the background, so you always walk on that layer, and then do a show picture event to show the top layer, which lets you walk behind. And then you do a collision mask using another plugin so that you don't walk over everything.
There is no blue house. Are you trolling me?
Epic troll.
This tree needs a trunk. This is a trunkless
Maybe
tree.
it's that one. That
Maybe.
blue-green. It's kind of blue.
This is definitely a trunkless tree over here. Is this the one?
Yeah.
On the left side of the map. Nope, this is definitely not the left.
Have you saved your collision mask at all?
Yeah, I just...
Okay,
when you said something, I saved it.
Good. You're learning. One day you may back up your project.
Which one's the blue house, though? I don't think I have a blue house.
The right there. You to the right. To the bottom right. That's the blue house.
No. She said the left.
Yeah, but maybe your left is her right.
Is this the blue house?
Maybe.
Yeah, if I wasn't able to reach a tree, I may not have messed with it at all, because, like, there's no point.
Right there.
What?
Nah, you want to be able to walk around the house.
Yeah, but they're all done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was saying, add collision there, but then I was like, no, don't, because...
look it.
That's the one.
This is the one.
She is the one, the tree that blocked the way that found the into the front.
Oh my gosh, you've got a great eye for finding collision stuff.
Vero says, look at your photo editor. You see, or you can spot the tree in there.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, dog.
There it is. Plain as day. Oh my gosh.
Phoenix says,
Thank
yes,
you.
that one.
Amazing. I'll put a trunk on the other tree too.
So there are 2 trees on the map with that issue then.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna fix this tree right up.
Yeah, boy!
And then there was one over here too. You don't have a trunk. Whoa.
Does anybody here make mods
oh, no.
for games?
Oh no! I drew it on the wrong layer again. Man, I'm
No, you
so
didn't.
good
How
at
come?
that.
How much?
Not much. There we go.
All right.
Get on the right layer, scrub.
Fix it now. Do it.
Ah! I do that so often. You guys don't even know.
Slim called you out before you said it. She's like, wrong layer! What are you doing? You're ruining it! And so did Phoenix, so did Spiker, so did Video.
Oh man.
They're like, no!
If only I had your guys'
What are you doing?
observableness, I would be better at stuff. Okay, here we go. Yay! Alright, time to make the blingy bling happen again. You ready?
Bling it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Watch right now.
Badong! Badong, badong! Overwrite. Are you sure you want to over? Badong! It's alright, we prepped them.
Yeah. Alright, now it should be perfect. Let's close this. Close. It's not perfect, I know this.
Agent said he was thinking about getting into making plugins, but he needs to buy MZ.
You should totally do that. It's fun.
Plugin
I'm
dev
having
is pretty
fun
cool.
making plugins.
I like making plugins. I don't like making commercial use plugins. I like making plugins where I don't have to explain what all the things do, and then I just use them in like for the case scenario. I like making script calls that aren't even plugins, but like you could turn it into a commercial plugin if you really wanted to. T's been hitting it hard though. She spent like 3.5 weeks on one, like just all the free time, almost all the free time, that she had.
Yeah, I hit it pretty hard.
And it was kind of exhausting for me as well, because
I was like, no, I gotta work on my plugin. I have a singular focus. And if what you want me to do is not my singular focus, well, I'm gonna have a hard time.
well,
with
it's
that.
not that I wanted you to do something.
No,
it's
it's just
that
like in
all
general.
I heard about, all I was helping you with, all that we were, our conversations consisted of mainly, like, it was all that. It was consuming and exhausting.
I get obsessed with things. I become obsessed. All
And
right.
I'm like, I don't fucking care anymore about your fucking plugin. Shut up. But I didn't really say that, but now everybody knows how I felt at times.
Can you imagine Drifty? I think you guys can.
I would never be so vocal about something that, not me.
All right, I am still missing a collision for a lamppost over here. Come on, a lamppost for real?
You should try Studio Blue. You guys should start messing around with it. I've been having a lot of fun. I made mods for a game called Avorion, and they were supposed to be like a minor little mod, but I messed up like a decimal, and it ended up making like one ship drop like 300 guns, and I was like, oh no, this is bad. And then people were saying they loved it, and I was like, are you kidding me? And because I don't know if they did. I think some people thought I was trolling them, but it was a genuine mistake in a decimal, and it was supposed to like add an extra weapon every now and then to ships. Ships drop extra guns, so you have more lasers and stuff. But it ended up making of like all the ships drop like 300 guns. And in the description of the plugin, it's like, this is a very minor plugin, a very minor mod that'll just add a few extra weapons to your arsenal.
Like a few.
And the comments on it were fantastic, and I loved it. I eventually tuned it down to where it was supposed to be, but it was fun, that whole process of the people are like, okay, I'm just going to put this mod, and like, I have a few extra guns. And they kill a ship, and boom, 300 guns flies out of the ship. They're going to go, okay, one of these mods is broken. It was fun, and I'm playing Pillars of Eternity 2 right now, and there's no way to get a character experience for doing the ship battles. It's like its own system. So I've been working on a mod to make it so that ship battles give character progression, so that you can level up your characters, even if you make new characters in a low level. Like, you don't get, because you're like, there's like a finite amount of experience that the game gives you, and they don't give you experience for winning battles. You get experience for like killing creatures for the first time. And then once you've killed them, you don't get any experience for killing them again. They don't let you grind and get super strong. It's like very different than a lot of RPGs. And I think it's kind of horseshit, and there needs to be a mod. And trust me, I didn't want to have to make this mod. I was looking for it, and I was looking for like hours trying to find, someone had to have made a mod that gives you a character experience for doing ship battles. But no, it doesn't exist, but it needs to exist. So I'm going to will it into existence. And that's what I've been doing.
He's doing good. He's doing good. He's
Last-
got it doing stuff.
It's like gibberish. You guys can only see this fucking gibberish. It's insane to look at.
It is. It's just like C6A3B6F5-67EA.
Yada, yada, yada.
Dash. It just keeps going.
Yada,
and
yada,
going and
yada.
going. It's crazy.
I'll put it in what I'm working on to show a picture of. This is like a simple conditional. You know how easy it would be to do this in like JavaScript? But no, you have to do it like this. This is one conditional in, I don't know, you can't see, but maybe T will show you on Discord the picture. Anyway, I think we need to close it up. It's been a good amount of time. You pretty much done with what you're showing today?
I think so, yeah. Here we go. You guys can see it. Look at all
This
that
is one
gibberish.
conditional statement, and this JSON weird format. And this is, it's simply, you have to have, everything has its own unique UUID.
I don't know
Anyway,
what
nobody
happened
cares.
here.
Nobody fucking cares. I'm
This-
sorry.
Okay, but here's the thing. It like bugged out on me. What?
It's a picture. You have to click off the picture.
I know, but it was so small I couldn't.
That's what she
I
said.
couldn't, I couldn't get it off. All right, so listen. Before we leave, though, I want to show you guys just how it's done real quick. You saw me doing all the stuffy stuffs. So the top layer is just literally simply a show picture. Like with default settings, you just put an exclamation mark in front of the image so that it's like centered or whatever. I don't even know what that does, but if you don't do it, it looks stupid. And then no, yes, discard changes. And then in the map itself, you add the parallax for the lower layer. Same thing, exclamation mark. And then this note tag for the collision. I made the map in TileD. Where is it? Right here. And then I just kind of like cherry picked what I wanted. Because it's all on layers, I was able to like get rid of the grass if I wanted to, and pretty much anything I wanted to in order to grab the elements that I needed, like the roofs and the tops of the trees and all that jazz. And then I just made images. Just try and wrap all this up. Just made images that went into the game folder. So we have collision. There's all the collision and the parallaxes. Here's all the parallaxes, the maps that I've done, and then the pictures for the upper layers and other stuff. So yeah, it's pretty simple, simple, just tedious. Well, this map was tedious. The rest of them were pretty easy because they were small. That's what I wanted to say.
Cool.
Yeah. Just like to show how it was being done.
Yeah, people want to see that shit.
There's other ones I've already done, like, here, let me show off Miriam's house really quick, because I actually also added events to it.
I have a very large shortage of mapping content on the channel, and so this fills, you know, a spot that needed to be filled. Giggity.
Yeah. So let me show you this. I gotta turn the volume up, I think, a little bit, or the music down or something, because there's, like, sound stuff happening.
Okay, go to the Windows thing, hit the sound mixer, and just bring that down to like 15 or 20. The Node.js client. This is a trick I use all the time. The Windows sound mixer, volume mixer, and then go to the process, that one, NWJS 15. Take it down to 15.
But I want it to be loud.
Then 20, 25. It'll be loud.
Okay.
RPG
I want
Maker is
people to hear-
notoriously loud. They're
want-
gonna hear it.
Alright, I want people to hear the sound effects.
They're gonna hear it.
So I didn't put any, like, music on anything yet, because it drives me nuts, but I'm, like, weird about doors. Doors have to be perfect. So, like, here's my door. It's perfect.
Wrath says
Wouldn't you
that
guys
he
agree
uses...
this door's perfect?
Very nice, honey. Wrath says he uses your proximity sound plugin, and it's good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, this does too. Watch this. This fireplace is tied to a proximity sound event, and when I turn it on, it'll like be louder if I'm close to it. So here we go. I turn it on.
Oh, they hear it. You definitely hear it, and then
And
it
then
gets
you
quiet.
get further away and
You can
it's
barely
quieter.
hear it as you get away to
But
it.
then as you get closer,
It's louder again.
and then you can turn it back off.
Yeah.
No fire. But then this is another little cool thing I added because I wanted to. Oh no, I spilled a cup of water, blah blah blah. Oh, and there's no face because Miriam at this point only has one expression, so she's got a placeholder on. There's her face. That's gonna change though, I have to redo it. I have to redo so many things because I'm just not satisfied with stuff. But yeah, okay, just wanted to show that off. But this was done in the same way. The collision was all done with the collision mask, and it's like a. It's
I love
a
how you
parallax
move
and
around, and it feels very like fluid, and it doesn't feel like stiff like a tile-based movie. Even though it's
Yeah.
so 24 by 24, you're putting each 48 by 48 into 4 subsections and creating a custom mask that that draws the collision. It's really cool, and I think you're really onto something. And this could be a really good game if you keep working on it and stop remaking it over and over.
Someday I'll stop. I promise. Oh, it's Reed! I didn't put his face set in, obviously. But yeah, that's it. I'm done. That's all I wanted
Where's
to say.
your character art, Drifty, for this project? Since you're currently playing as T's character, I'm not. T's playing right now.
Yeah, I'm playing. This is on my computer.
Reed, my boy. I see you've made it.
Yeah, Reed is
Harold can't stop you.
the face of the Minotaur right now because I didn't put the Minotaur's face in. So he's just Reed. Hi.
You're all set?
Yeah, I'm all set.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming today's live stream. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Bother us on Discord if you want to request more mapping streams from T. I'm sure she's having fun doing this, and yeah, it's really cool. It gives me a chance to kick back and just read the chat and interact more and not have to show everything off. And because a lot of times the stream just gets like stuck on one screen where I'm just talking. So now T could be moving the stuff around and showing off her project. And hopefully this project comes to fruition. I know
Someday.
we've put money into it, and T's put a ton of time into it. I put a little time into it.
This is the 4th time I've remade it.
I know,
And
it's insane.
actually, parts of it, it's now the 5th time. Like that town map, I had to remake it yesterday because I was not satisfied with what I had before. It was gross. It was yucky.
Had cooties.
It had cooties. I had to fix it.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. We have a Patreon. Come back to us on Patreon. We appreciate that. Join us on Discord. Like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We also have a Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. We'll see you guys 2 p.m. Monday through Friday Eastern Standard Time. And have a good one. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. I have to end the stream, huh?
You do. Yeah.
Okay.
End stream, and then I click end stream.
There's a button here somewhere.
Brian Perez asks, is there still a squealing shroom?
It's yes. Well, it might not squeal though. I kind of regret.
It's gonna squeal.
I kind of regret making him so annoying.
Just not as much, right?
Yeah, there's going to be a different aspect of dog. There's still going to be gameplay with dog, but better gameplay. Yeah, he won't be